Hello and welcome, my beautiful Sagittarians, to She's Magic, the Modern Day Witch channel. Today I'm going to be doing your love reading for the month of August 2020. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy of the cards with Palo Santos. Clearing all old energies, bringing in new energy. Thank you, Spirit guides, angels, archangels, ascended masters, past loved ones, deities. I'm asking at this time that we bring guidance to our beautiful Sagittarius and let them know what is going on in their love life. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to shuffle the deck, and before we get started, I'd also like to remind you that this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. And also you might want to check your sun, moon, and rising signs and listen to those recordings as well. Okay, Spirit, what messages do we have for our lovely Sagittarius for August 2020 love reading? What are the messages we have? Waterfall, Valerian. What messages do we have for our beautiful Sagittarius for August 2020 love reading? What are the messages we have? Okay. All right. And you've got the Queen of Scrolls at the bottom of the deck. So at this time, the Queen of Scrolls could represent someone that you're going to meet that has a lot of wisdom. Maybe you are seeking counseling at this time, or this could be you. Maybe you're going through a transformation and you're starting to trust yourself. But let's take a look at the reading here. Okay, so with the waterfall is really fluid, and it feels there's a lot of momentum. You know, it's like you can have where like a wave comes in, or think of when the current is picking up and there's some slight movement in the water, but when the waterfall comes, it is thrusting. And so at this time, you might be feeling either in the relationship that you're in, maybe it feels like it's going too quickly, or you might have a lot of options coming in with new love. And so it can feel a little bit overwhelming. And, so this is where you might be saying, slow down. I need to slow this down a bit. So what's coming next is Hilarion. Hilarion is the card about wisdom. And so this is where you're reflecting. So I almost feel like you're reaching back into the past, and maybe you might be thinking about how your parents' relationship, how their relationship was or is, or, someone that's passed, because you can see that there's a lot of spirits in the back. So maybe you might be thinking about your grandparents at this time and thinking of the kind of love that they had. And there's some reminiscing, but you're also seeking some wisdom in the relationship area in your life, is what I'm hearing. And because with that, you have the Ark of Covenant. So the Ark of Covenant is about really keeping to your values, sticking to what you want, and not not swaying from that. And so you have this idea of what it is that you want in a relationship. You have this idea of what love looks like to you. And so you're committed to keeping it that way. Just really, it's almost like I feel like I'm hearing there's no room for movement. There's no room for change. There's no room, like you are expecting it to be a certain way. And so this might be creating some resistance in calling in love, or it also can create resistance in the relationship. So there's always this comparing, is what I'm hearing. Like there's this comparison of what you grew up seeing, what an ideal relationship is. And maybe this is you, the Queen of Scrolls, is you're coming in, and it's all about what you know. And I feel like that you're, I don't want to say studying, but you're really, you're kind of safe. You're being overly safe right now. So it's like feast or famine type energy. And so now that it's starting to come in, it's like, whoa, it's like scaring the crap out of you. And because of that, what you're seeing is, you've got up in the air. So up in the air is, you're wanting the answers now. You're wanting to see where this relationship is going, or you're wanting to, the relationship that you're in, maybe you're wanting them to make promises to you now. You can see there's a couple here, and they're looking at the balloon as it's drifting away. And so it's this energy of like, I need to know now. Either you're in it or you're not. Either there's a future or there's not. It's like that kind of energy. And it's causing you some instability in your energy, because you've got community. And so community, it's like you can see there's all different kinds of modalities. So maybe this is someone that you've met. Maybe they might have a different belief system than you, is what I'm hearing. And maybe that's causing some conflict. Maybe you really like this person and he's coming in quickly, but there's that resistance because you're holding on to, what you've inherited from your family as what a relationship should be like, or this contract of how it's supposed to look like. And it's keeping things in limbo in this relationship. Now, this is going to only resonate to some of you, but I do believe it's because he has a different belief system. And so at this time, it's like you can see there's different nationalities. So maybe you're involved with someone that is, has a different nationality. And, you're stuck in thinking, well, maybe my grandparents wouldn't approve of this. It's this kind of energy where it's like you need approval. It's got to have the stamp of approval from your loved ones. And it's causing this up in the air feeling. So you might be feeling like your relationship is in limbo because you got the card Uriel and the Sphinx, which really represents the Strength card. And it's in the reverse. So that kind of is, what Spirit is saying is you're feeling like there's some shaky foundation there. And it might be this whole needing approval from your community, because you also have the Hilarion, I'm not even going to pronounce it, but you also have this card, and you also have the Eight of Roses card. And so this is, you're holding on to what you believe your family wants from you, is what I'm hearing, or what people expect from you. And, sometimes you can be overly a people pleaser because you want everybody to be happy. That's my beautiful Sagittarians. And so maybe this is a block because it's like you really care about this person, and you want everybody to be happy for you. And when you're not getting the approval that you want, you start to question it. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers here. And again, this is going to only resonate with a few. This is a general reading. This could be even you're not involved with this person, but maybe there's someone that you're interested in, but you're not moving forward. You're fearful, like there's an attraction there, but you're fearful to take action because you're worried about this belief system. And so it's making you second guess yourself. And so you've got this up in the air feeling, and you might be going to your community and saying, what do you think? Like your girlfriends or, your group friends, you might be going to them and asking for their approval. What do they think? And, what's going on with this? And you're not standing in your strength and saying, what do I want? What's going to make me happy? These might be beliefs from my family, my ancestors, but we're in the year 2020, and those beliefs don't hold any weight anymore because I'm creating my own life. Okay, so let's move on and see what the clarifiers are. This is for Sagittarius, their love life, August 2020. Okay. Sagittarius, August 2020 love reading. Sagittarius. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so the underlying clarifier is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is where she's sitting on her throne and she's in charge of her destiny. And you also have the Queen of Scrolls. So this is you where, you do feel in control, but this is what is blocking you. So, with the waterfall and the up in the air, you got the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is about not being sure. You're giving a cup of love, but maybe it's not what you thought it was going to look like. Or maybe it's like you've got your arms crossed and you're saying, you're giving me this cup, but I thought it was going to look a certain way, or I thought it was going to be easier. It's coming in fast, but I don't know. It's like this, I don't know kind of thing, Another thing with the Four of Cups coming in is you might be sitting in there and saying, I want to be with this person, but I'm not getting the approval. And so you're having like this pity party, and it's like everything's up in the air and I just want to move forward, and you're giving your power away because it's all about this belief system and what these people expect from you. And it could also be what you expect from yourself. And so you had this idea of what love would look like for you. You had this idea of what a perfect relationship was going to be for you. And all of a sudden this person comes in and they're moving quickly, and then you're saying, but you're not checking all the boxes kind of energy. So I'm not sure that you're the one, because you're not checking all the boxes. And so then that's where it starts to feel disempowering because you're comparing to what you saw with your parents or with your grandparents, or this idea that you have put in your head what a perfect relationship is. So it's throwing you for a loop, because what Spirit wants you to know, that when you trust that there is diversity wherever we go, and it makes life exciting. It's trying something new. And when you trust that the people around you will love you no matter what you do, you get the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, new births, new creations. And that's when you're able to move forward and get out of the up in the air energy. with this karmic contract and this energy of, Uriel in reverse, it's like what you're doing is, instead of looking at these options that you have, what this relationship could bring, or what this relationship, whether it's someone that you're involved with, instead of thinking, this could be what I'm asking for, you're too busy looking at the spilt milk. It's like you can see that these cups are spilt over, the wine's on the floor, and this person is looking down and saying, I've lost. And instead of looking at the Two of Cups. So this is where you're losing strength. It's like you're not honoring yourself and trusting that you make the decisions of what you want. This also could represent for somebody, maybe you're in a relationship and things are changing quickly, but they're not changing in the way that you want them to. So there's this dissatisfaction and you don't know whether to move forward or let it go. And so things feel like it's up in the air. And you're just looking at what you didn't get instead of what you have, okay? So when we get into that energy of lack and thinking it's this low vibrational energy of feeling like there's something better, okay? So you've met somebody and it's not what you expected. It's kind of that energy. Or you're in a relationship and it's just not going the way you want it to, okay? But the movement is coming in quick, so you have to make a choice, whether you're going to take the offering of the fourth cup and see where it takes you, or you're going to sit there and just wallow over it not being what you wanted. And the only way out of that is either don't take the cup or take the cup, okay? It's like it's being offered to you, but it's ultimately your decision. And so if you want to move out of that stuck energy, that up in the air energy, it's to take charge. What do you want? And that's where, when we have the Queen of Scrolls and we have the Queen of Pentacles, it's all about standing in your truth. Not anybody else's truth, not the traditions that you grew up with. What are people going to think? It's what do you want, Sagittarius? What do you want for your love life is what I'm hearing. Because when you decide, you've got the Chariot, and the Chariot is fast moving. You've got the waterfall energy. It's that fast moving energy taking you to where you want. It's the Ace of Wands, new growth, new creation, new creativity, feeling that fresh energy. So I hope this resonates with you. Again, if it does, leave me a comment and let me know what's going on, because I'd love to hear what's happening. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Goddess deck and see what goddess you should be working with. Who should my lovely Sagittarius be working with for love in August 2020? Their love reading. Future. Okay. So this is a beautiful card. It's the Goddess of Skull. It's about the future. So again, this is what I'm saying. It's like you're feeling like you're in limbo because you're carrying the burden of the past with you. You're carrying the burden of what your family will think or what people will think. And it's this energy of second guessing or really not following what you want, okay? But what Spirit is saying, that if you want to get out of this up in the air energy, start creating your own future. Create your own belief system, what a loving relationship looks like for you, what you want. You don't have to be stuck in the traditional. This could be even maybe you're working on your career, okay? And you're caught up in, your parents are saying, well, if you get married, you're going to have to quit and stay at home with the children kind of thing. And you're saying, no, like I can have both. I can create something that I really love. I can have marriage, and I could have this beautiful future. Why do I have to make a sacrifice? But it's like this belief system from your family that, is saying, no, that's what you do. That's what you have to do. You have to compromise. And so maybe that's where you're having a little bit of a pity party. But what Spirit wants you to know is that you are in charge of your future. Call on the goddess Gold and ask her to show you the way, because it's not about what other people want for you, because it's your relationship. It's your relationship. They're not going to show up for it every day. You are. So Spirit wants you, someone, if it doesn't resonate with all of you, there's somebody that needed to hear that. And then the bottom of the deck, I can't make this stuff up. You got radical acceptance. And that's what Spirit is wanting you to hear. It's time for you to accept what you want. And it might seem radical because it's not what your family would have done. It's not what the traditions of your family. It's not, it doesn't seem normal to them. So there's a lot of resistance around that. And so maybe you're being critiqued about it, and it's really causing this unstable feeling of not being in your own strength and making your own decision. Okay, so I'm going to pull an energy card and let's see what's showing up for my lovely Sagittarius for their reading August 21. Maybe somebody out there is 21. Maybe you're being told you're too young to get married. I don't know why that came through, but maybe somebody needs to hear that. August love reading 2020. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm really feeling for you lovely Sagittarians out there who this resonates. You got the card of anxiety. This is causing a lot of anxiety with you. That's why you got the Sphinx card in reverse, your strength card. It's causing this, not being sure of yourself. It's like, I really care about this person. I really want a future with this person, but I'm not going to get the approval that I really want, is what I'm hearing. And because your nature is that you want to make everybody happy, it's causing a lot of anxiety with you. And Spirit is saying that when you have radical acceptance of yourself and the future that you want to create, the anxiety goes away, because ultimately it's your karmic journey. It is nobody else's. Okay. What I'm hearing is, yes, if it was a dysfunctional, abusive relationship, of course you're going to listen to your family and friends. But if this is a relationship that fills you up, then go for it. Okay. It's not your parents. This is for some of you. And if you aren't in a relationship, maybe you're interested in someone, but they don't fit the family mold, and you're nervous about moving forward because you're worried that it's not going to go well, okay, with your family, or it's not going to go well with your lifestyle, or whatever it is. There's just some resistance around there that's causing this anxiety. And Spirit wants to know that when you radically accept what you truly want, what you truly desire, and you forget about what everybody else wants for you, that's when you move into the Ace of Wands energy, which is about new creation, new beginnings, new growth. Because that up in the air energy and this Four of Cups energy, and it's coming in fast. I mean, maybe you might be feeling some pressure there. Could be pressure from your family that's really pushing a relationship on you. Maybe that's what you're feeling. But when you stand in your truth, that's when this stuck energy moves itself, and then you feel growth in the direction that you're wanting to go. So if you liked this reading and you'd love for a personal reading, there is a link in the show notes where you can click and schedule a reading with me, a personal reading. And then also, if you like these readings, please like and subscribe so I can do more. And what else do I have for you? Yeah, I'm going to be doing the money readings. And on this channel, I'll be covering love and money, and this is the August readings for love. So again, I'm really rooting for you, because also, before I end, you've got the thinking woman. So the thinking woman was at the bottom of the deck, and you can see there's a butterfly. So you're going through a transformation and really figuring out what you want. But it's scary, this transformation. But the card underneath that is the door of romance. So once you let go of all of this stuff and you have radical acceptance of who you are and you get to create what you want, that you step into this transformation, you let go of the anxiety, okay? All right, thank you, my beautiful Sagittarius, and I will see you in your next reading.